Are you ready to learn how to crochet the basket weave stitch? If you can chain, double crochet, front post double crochet, and back post double crochet, you can crochet this stitch. I'm Rachel from Hope Corner Farm, and by day I'm a home ec teacher who teaches hundreds of students how to crochet. And if you're ready to learn, let's grab a hook and some yarn and we'll get crocheting. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so you get notifications of when I post new videos, and don't forget to give me some feedback on this video. Give me a like or a comment, let me know what I did well or things that I could improve upon. So for the crochet basket weave stitch, this stitch you're going to start by chaining multiples of 8 plus 3. So what we need is for each of these sets right here, it's 8 stitches. So you have to determine how many across you're going to do. You're also going to need 3 extra stitches, and I'll show you why, because we're going to have a double crochet at the start and the end of each row. We're also going to lose a stitch when we work into that chain for the first row, and let me show you here. So to start, you got to chain your multiples of 8 plus 3. So here I have 16, which is a multiple of 8, and then I added 3, so I have 19 chains total here. So again, 19 chains. 16 is my multiple of 8, and then I added 3, which should take it up to 19. Now we're ready for row 1. So for row 1, I am going to work into the 3rd chain from the hook. So we're going 1, 2, 3. So I'm working into this chain right here, and I'm going to place a double crochet into that chain. Now if you need to see how to double crochet, front post double crochet, back post double crochet, or chain, I've got links to videos below that take those a lot slower. So what we're going to do is, after you've double crocheted into that 3rd chain from the hook, you're going to continue double crocheting in each chain all the way across. So just place 1 double crochet in each chain all the way across. So here we are, we're almost to the last one. So here's our last chain, and we're just going to work our last double crochet into that chain there. And that completes row 1. So again, we started in the 3rd chain from the hook, we placed a double crochet in it, and then in each chain across. So this is what a completed row 1 looks like. Now we're ready to start row 2, and row 2 through 5, you're going to repeat those as you create your basket weave stitch. So 2 through 5 will be repeated throughout your project. So 2, 3, 4, and 5, you repeat those in order. So row 2, you're going to start by chaining 2. So here's 1, 2, and then you're going to turn. Into that very first stitch, we're going to place a regular double crochet stitch. Now, around the next 4 stitches, we're going to place a front post double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we'll yarn over, go down in between the stitches, come behind that post and pop up, and we'll place a front post double crochet. We'll repeat around the next one. We'll repeat around the next one. And one more time, we'll go around that one. So we have front post double crocheted 4 times. Now we are going to back post double crochet around the next 4 stitches here. So these 4 posts right here, we're going to back post double crochet around those. So we'll yarn over, we're going to come from behind this time, pop up, go around the front side of the post and go back down. Yarn over, pull around that post. Now there's 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That completes 1 back post double crochet. Yarn over, come from behind, around and back, yarn over, pull around it, pull through 2, pull through 2. Here is our 3rd back post double crochet and a 4th back post double crochet. So we've gone front post, back post. Now we're going to repeat, and we're going to go front post double crochet around the next 4 stitches. So here is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then one more time, we're going to place 4 back post double crochets around these posts. So just like we did before, we're going to come and work around the back side of it here. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, into the top of the chains that we skipped, so right into this space right here, we're going to work a regular double crochet stitch. And that completes row 2. To start row 3, we start by chaining 2, and then we turn. Now into the very first stitch right here, we're going to place a regular double crochet. So we are repeating row 2 here with row 3 basically. So we're going to go 4 front post double crochets, 4 back post double crochets, 4 front post double crochets, 4 back post double crochets. So row 3 is a repeat of row 2. So we have chained 2, we've turned, and we've put a regular double crochet in that first stitch. Now we're going to go 1 front post double crochet, 2 front post double crochets, 3, and then 4. So 4 front post double crochets and 4 back post double crochets. Now we repeat 4 front post followed by 4 back post. And that's how you would continue no matter how many stitches you need. You would start with a double crochet, you would go 4 front post double crochets, then 4 back post double crochets until you get to the end of your work. You should end with some back post double crochets, just like I'm doing here. And then your very last stitch, so we've gone 4 back post double crochets. Your very last stitch is going to go right here into this space, and we're just going to place a regular double crochet stitch into that stitch. And that completes row 3. So you can see how things are starting to develop here. Now we're ready for row 4. Now we're ready for row 4, so we're going to start by chaining 2, and then we're going to turn. Now all of my rows I'm going to start by placing a double crochet into the first stitch. That helps my edges to line up a little bit straighter. Now this time, instead of going 4 front post double crochets, I am actually going to start with 4 back post double crochets for this row. So I'm going to yarn over, come from the back side, and go around. So now this will help us create that weave effect. We're going to go 2 rows the same, 2 rows the same. So again, I'm now starting this row with 4 back post double crochets. So that's what it looks like there. Now I'm going to go 4 front post double crochets. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4 front post double crochets. So we have just alternated, and now you can see it's starting to create a weave. You'll see it even more as we do the next row. Now repeat all the way across where you're going 4 back post double crochets followed by 4 front post double crochets. Now rows 4 and 5 should end with 4 front post double crochets. Rows 2 and 3 ended with 4 back post double crochets. So rows 4 and 5 should end with 4 front post double crochets, just like this one is doing. So again, we've gone 4 back, 4 front, 4 back. We're ending with 4 front. Now we're going to place a regular double crochet right in the top of this stitch right here, and that's going to end our row. And that completes row 4. So now we're ready for row 5, and I've got this up on the screen so you can see here. So we obviously start with a chain start. Row 1 is our row of double crochets. Rows 2 and 3 are the ones that start off with front post double crochets. And then rows 4 and 5 are the rows that start off with back post double crochets. After you have all those 5 rows, you're going to keep repeating rows 2 through 5 till you reach the end of your project. So after you've gotten to row 5, then you go back and start with row 2. So how do we do row 5? So for row 5, we're going to start by chaining 2, and then we're going to turn. We're going to place a regular double crochet in that first stitch here. Then just like row 4, we're going to start with 4 back post double crochet stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to go 4 front post double crochet stitches. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and repeat again. So again, across this row, you're going to go 4 back post, 4 front post, 4 back post, and you want to end your row with 4 front post double crochets, just like we did with row 4. So here's 1 back post, 2 back post double crochets, 3, and 4. And then we want to end this row with 4 front post double crochets. So here's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we end this row by placing a regular double crochet right here in the top of this stitch. And that completes row 5. So let me show you a bigger project here. So you're just going to keep repeating rows 2 through 5 for as long as your project calls for, and it'll just create this beautiful textured woven pattern. It looks the same from both sides, so that's kind of a nice little detail to it. You can make a great blanket with it that has no right or wrong side. And you're just going to keep repeating rows 2 through 5 until you get to the end of your project. The nice thing about this basket weave stitch, it's a beautiful textured crochet stitch. You can see the woven pattern that is created by the front post double crochets followed by the back post double crochets and alternating, so it kind of creates that woven effect. And the nice thing about this stitch, it looks the same on both sides, so it's a great choice when it comes to making blankets or things like that. It's also a little bit thicker and warmer of a stitch. To count the basket weave stitch, you simply have to look at the tops of the stitches, and each V is going to count as 1 crochet stitch. So you just would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on to count the crochet basket weave stitches. If you're wanting to learn more textured crochet stitches, check out my video for the feather stitch and crochet and the iris stitch and crochet. They're different stitches, but boy, they're both beautiful textured crochet stitches that are going to up your game. And I hope you guys have a blessed day.